doesn't force anything. Sure, it handles Zoo, but it can also be Dovin. Like they can just dive the Zeus, and that little jump, usually very effective actually, not against Lycan.
Exactly.
That guy is gonna chase you to the ends of the earth. You also have Chrono, so
Well, I
I don't
will
know, man.
mention on the versus Void again. I'm just playing devil's advocate because I agree with you entirely, Bowie. But the Zeus, what's it called? Heavenly Jump, right? It also increases your cast point, right? So it's actually kind of difficult to catch him in Chrono because it takes forever to cast Chrono while you have the Heavenly Jump, right?
True.
So there's that. But on the Void point, and I think this is the point. Like when now you see the Avalanche, or sorry, the tiny mid. There's actually nothing inside Chrono, so I think it's just gonna be one of those voids that plays around the time block, right? The jumpy void that goes for S and Y, tanky items, and he has no problem catching up to a Zeus because you go for shard and just time dilation him, and it feels really bad for Zeus to play against him.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Also, I mean, eggs kind of came back into play for Tinies, so that is the damage that later on to the game they'll have. But I actually feel like this Void, like his chronos are not that necessary early on to the game. I think
agree.
he's going to be like AFK farming for all most of the game. The chronos are gonna be reactive if they're trying to. Oh,
No, it's fine. It's fine. He just said hero, and then Pure is explaining himself. Go ahead.
okay. But yeah, I don't really think the Void really needs to be effective early on. It's all gonna be about these lanes, and the lanes on BetBoom, they don't strike me as super strong. I guess this Mars Hoodwink one is pretty strong, but the safe lane is so weak, and you're against a Lycan. So I just fear for what Toby's gonna be able to do this game. Lycan, when he's unchecked, he is just such a force.
Yep. The Mars, I think, is going to be useful in that sense, because locking the dog in the kennel is really useful. The Lycan does not like going BKB these days, especially as an offlaner, right? So you don't really have a way to deal with a Mars arena. You have to be a little bit more careful with how you initiate. But I agree with you. I think it's a little bit difficult for BetBoom to execute this. But we'll see, right? Their lanes could be really good. The Hoodwink Mars lane is also a very strong lane, but it's not the easiest to execute either, because the way you have to play this lane, because the Spear of Mars destroys a tree when it ends, you actually can't bushwhack after Spear. It always has to be bushwhack first into Spear, because otherwise the bushwhack will always bushwhack them to the closest tree, which is the pin tree, and then get destroyed immediately. So it's not an actual combo. There's the bushwhack. There we see it. God's Rebuke overused first. That's going to be a slow, and Katomi will die. First blood going the way of Notice. Really good start, Bowie. Really good start.
That's definitely great here for BetBoom. Notice getting that first blood. Now, one thing that is really good for BetBoom as well is that usually Zeus doesn't struggle against Tiny. You actually match that lane really well. The Tiny kind of struggles to get on top of you because of Heavenly Jump. You also have that health talent at level 15. It makes Zeus really hard to be exploded in the mid game. So, we'll see.
I actually think the Zeus counters the Tiny mid, if I'm honest with you, so I'm with you there. That's why I was kind of surprised by this. Gilbert, they really want this rune, huh? Laurel has taken a lot of damage. Luckily, he used no spell, so time dilation won't do anything. And Pure reveals he went for time dilation level 1. Don't know how impactful this is against some Mars and Hoodwink lane, but...
Oh, look at that. Fishman. Oh, I thought he was going to eat that tree because Gilgir actually used his own branch to get the bushwhack for the room there. Nice. I mean, I'm not sure how worth it is. I guess you spend 50 gold, but you get how much? 40 for everyone? It's definitely worth it. Yeah, that's a cool play.
Oh, they're actually tri-lane top. Interesting. So we're going to tri-lane to deal with a Void. He has no time lock, so Pure's actually screwed? Can they? Yeah, Pure, don't walk back, Pure. Oh, no. I think he misclicked. I want to say he misclicked, or he got really greedy for a last hit, and he went back in, and they allowed him to kill him. He might have died anyway, but walking back certainly did not help.
Dude, that's the space brain play. Gilgir used another branch. Like, the Void's like, he's not allowed to do this. He's not level 2. And he actually gets bushwhacked and paying a huge price for the time dilation level 1 there. Really good when you see 5 heroes trying to get first blood. But it weakens their lane, and that tri-lane, as you pointed out. Not really a tri-lane, but it allowed them to get a kill on the Void at least.
Just the initial kill, right? Which is something we see often. But they do leave an interesting composition, right? The 2 ranged heroes top and the 2 melee heroes bottom. What do you think is the logic behind this, Bowie?
It's just that Lycan's not really a heroing lane. He doesn't really harass you, so you don't really fear being 2 melees in this lane. You're actually probably favored anyways, because we both can hit the Lycan Toby Lycan. In the mid lane, we do see pretty even match. I think, at the beginning, Tiny has the advantage because of the base damage, but as it moves along, Laro should pretty much free farm here.
Bottom lane. Let's look at it a little bit as well with his level in Splinter Blast. The 2 melee heroes can't really do much against the Wyvern. So Neiko's trying to catch up. He went for the stances, actually. Usually on 5 Brew, I've actually always seen Cinder Brew Thunderclap match. I have not seen this early a point in Drunken Brawler. But it's been a while since I've seen 5 Brew, to be honest.
I think it's like the mana is a pretty big problem on this hero. Like, even as a core, you kind of struggle with that. So
that's true.
He, because he's this Brewmaster, probably doesn't want to be spending so much money on mangoes anyways, because you really need boots. This hero, like, if he has no mobility, it's really tough to actually be useful in those mid-game fights. I can see why, but it's probably only 1 point, and he'll get more points of Cinder Brew and Thunderclap as he gets more levels.
It might have to do as well with the fact that they had to go for Thunderclap level 1 because they wanted to get the first blood, right? And honestly, Cinder Brew is a much more mana-efficient spell in terms of damage compared to Thunderclap, which is really mana-hungry, like you pointed out. But there's nothing to trigger the Cinder Brew in this lane until you get Spear, so it's... The anti-synergy is clear. And notice, by the way, saving points, he's going for a full God's Rebuke build for now.
Yeah, Yeah, it just goes to show that they feel like, all right, we're not really going to kill them. They're not really going to kill us. So, in case he needs a point in Bulwark, in case Toby gets level 6 faster, he can actually get that point. But, yeah, he might learn the Spear here. This is a level 2 Wyvern that will die.
Yeah, the Spear... Oh, apparently not, actually. They decided to go for Toby instead. So, Neiko trying to run away, using Drunken Brawler for a little bit of extra armor. And nobody will die.
Unfortunate.
Oh, he missed the Spear. Okay, I didn't see that.
Yeah, missed the Spear on the Wyvern. Ended up hitting the Lycan.
Or did Lycan try to block it on purpose?
We'll never know. But,
well, let's say that. Let's say that's what happened. Yeah.
Yes. Alright, so Pure recovering a little bit in that top lane. We do have the heal creep here coming from the Chen. That's another lane where you definitely want to avoid matches against the Visage just because of Time Walk.
Yeah, sorry, Notice was really close to dying just out of auto attack, but now Neiko comes in with 2 points of Thunderclap, so he's committing to this build. Mana hungry, but might be more impactful to help his lane. However, this is the issue of 2 melees, dude. It's just so difficult for them to deal with this range support. They just can't catch up to her.
Yeah, I think the value of the Thunderclap here is that once the Lycan's level 6, he really struggles to solo kill the Brewmaster, not only because of the stance and the evasion and all, but the attack speed is low, right? 55 attack speed is low. There's no dispel that Lycan can really apply to his creeps, which means it is actually pretty good. Even without popping ulti, he's gonna be useful somehow. Like all of the Chen creeps and the Lycan creeps will have attack speed low.
I like that point, actually.
Ideally. Yeah, like it doesn't get exploded. If he actually presses clap, it will be useful.
Yeah, I like that point as well. And the Lycan as well, he only gets 1.7 solid agility per level, which is really low attack speed, so it's one of his biggest issues. That's why carry Lycan, back when it was a thing, used to play with Echo Saber, right? Because you need that.
Oh, rotation here. Stormer. Can he get a Hawk?
The Hawk. Okay, there's the Bushwhack. The Hawk will die. Easy.
Oh, one thing also, we were talking about Void not having damage in Chrono, but Penitence, that spell definitely gives him damage in Chrono. So it is one aspect that is pretty cool, especially attack speed, right? Because it's all Void really wants to proc those time locks.
Stormer, there's the Bushwhack. So Neiko joining as well. No Cinder Brew though, means he needs to be in range. And actually it's gonna be Gilgar who's in trouble. They slow down Stormer. So Neiko will body block Stormer. They're Thunder God's Wrath, and that will guarantee the kill from Laurel. So actually, this lane going really well for Laurel. Already went well in the laning phase, but now this kill certainly equalized it. Laurel actually going to get a nice push because the Catapult is here, and so is the Hawk. They're both keen in opening up the map for themselves early.
Yeah, he felt he had enough mana for the toss back, but he was like 4 mana short, and he died because he thought he was going to get that toss back. Very unfortunate. They do defend the tower, but this is... a mid-Zeus usually doesn't do 95% damage of the tier 1 at 6 minutes, so really nicely played by Laurel. Also a hefty cost from the rotation of Stormstormer. That's usually why, you know, these early rotations, especially with TP, where you don't walk, are not something that common, because it can backfire. Lycan pretty much has his Helm of the Dom here. It's 200 gold. So we could see a rotation alongside the Tiny to kill this Mars.
Yeah, we could, but again, I'm really interested in this build. Like, he's really gotten and committed to deal with this early Lycan push with the God's Rebuke, which is a better deep pushing skill. You know? And now, it doesn't feel like it's so easy to gank. Again, the strength of the God's Rebuke and the amount of stats he's gone for. It's very much an older Mars build with a double bracer straight into the phase boots. It's kind of a scaling Mars as well with more physical damage.
Yeah, he's definitely not rushing to Blink Dagger by any means. He's also going back to the Soul Ring apparently. So it looks like the pacing is not going to be that fast. And also, nice moves there in the rune by Laurel. Deals the rune from Stormstormer. I mean, this is amazing, really, for BetBoom. That's the dream scenario, because getting that mid tower very quickly kind of means they don't have to rush towards a lot of things that, you know, maybe we saw them do in Game 1 with that Mars. You really can chill, and this is amazing for them, really. I do feel like the Hawk is the only one that's struggling, right? He is even behind the Chen in terms of last hits right now.
It seems bad, but I see the Hawk in this position, and all he does is let Notice be the win condition, right? I'm not saying it's gonna work necessarily, but that's what they're planning on, clearly. But like this stat build, as Soneko gets pulled onto Notice. Here's the attempt. Okay, they tried to trap Lycan, but unfortunately a little bit too late, erecting that wall, which means that Notice is gonna be forced to just TP away. There's no way to cancel this. Okay, they'll have to settle for the tower, but that's all they were looking for anyway.
Yeah, good rotation. Unfortunate because they force the arena and they don't get any kills. So this means it's a free tower anyways, and the Mars doesn't really have much to do. Fishman. Really good moves by Entity once again. Yeah. Fishman.
He was the target, but Gilger... Oh, actually, Avalanche gets stopped. There's time dilation. Pure help.
Clutch.
And he is going for a Mask and Menace Bowie, so it seems... I mean, usually I see this build more when you're concentrating on Chrono, right, as Faceless Void. So I'm interested by what's going for this and not Maelstrom instead.
I mean, we talked about their Chronospheres not having that much damage, and sure, the Chan's gonna help, but I think that's exactly the point. They don't have that much damage in Chrono, so he just wants to make sure that whenever he gets a good Chrono, they'll secure a kill.
Oh, okay. Alright, sure. I guess so. So he does want to play a little bit more active then with his team, I take it. Even if there's nothing into Chrono.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
Also, it does allow, like, it feels like BetBoom is playing pretty slow, which allows him to get that intermediary item between the Maelstrom and BKB. So Nico going pretty aggressive here. He's not even close to level 6. Is this Stone flying out?
Dead it seems like. Time Walk. There we go. There's the most Stone forms used. You're out of stuns, and Pure gets the perfect Time Walk. Level 3 though, so you know, makes sense.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that line is because he got like the perfect stuns in that fight. Literally, as soon as Panda gets out of vision, boom, stun. The Hawk still wants to fight against him, but he uses both stuns at the same time because Fishman is killing his familiars. All 3 cores are up top. So, if Pure is chill here, that's not a really good thing. Fishman is covering for him. BetBoom really need to take this tower. It seems like Entity, they're preparing themselves to fight. No Chrono yet for Pure, though. Is level 7, just doesn't put the point into it. 3, 1, 2, so he still has 1 point to put into Chrono.
He ideally wants to have the Mask of Madness if he goes for a kill like that, but just since they actually get the Catapult, he's not pressured by any means to get the Chrono.
Oh, look at this. I haven't seen this combo in forever. Cyclone, which will probably be speared. Oh, no. Oh, didn't work out there. So they have to stun him again, but Toby's gonna be fine. They didn't use the spear because he was being annoyed by the wolves. Had to use the God's Rebuke, and Sol Ring only had enough mana for one spell.
Oh, interesting.
I guess it's hard to time with Cyclone, to be fair, but I was expecting that to at least be attempted.
Yeah, I think he was afraid of popping the Soul Ring there and being too low, and the wolves getting killing him.
Yeah, fair actually.
Yeah, he was really low, but I am getting scared for BetBoom once again. Like that Meteor on tower was so clutch for them, but it really feels like the Zeus taking over right now.
Gilger. Penitence. Oh, Stormstormer's here with the Avalanche. Toby doesn't have shapeshift, so this could be an attempt. This is actually pretty good. There's no boots on him either. Has the TP. We have Thunderbolt though, so there's no way Toby's making it out of this one. Toby that was a bit of a prayer. That was a Hail Mary. He's like, maybe they forgot the skill W. Which, to be honest, on a mid Zeus, not that uncommon. But Laurel, he knows he has to play a little bit more aggressively. Can't go for full farming build, 404. That's a little bit too greedy for mid Zeus this game.
Oh yeah. Now, what is he going for here? He's getting in U-Scepter, so he wants to have that way out of the Lycan, which is fair. But I do feel like he also needs Airlines this game. I feel like he needs to be able to deal with the creep waves without putting himself in range for the Chrono, which, by the way, is probably going to be used with the smoke.
Good scan. There's the text. The BetBoom intention, even if they don't know there's smoke. And it seems like Void just wants to initiate. We have a Chrono available. They're going to go for the Panda first, but the Bushwhack stops him. And they don't really have that much damage to kill off Soneko quickly. In fact, now the Arena could put Pure in a pickle. The healing from Chen is insufficient. Pure will fall, and nobody from BetBoom has died yet. Kind of an overzealous play here by Entity, thinking they could do something with that Chrono. But they just have to stop the Void, as we saw here. As now Fishman is in trouble himself. Stormstormer goes back in. At least manages to kill off Soneko. Fishman TPs in the middle of the fray, but the auto attacks are a bit too strong. Now Toby joins as well. What's his objective? It seems to be the Hawk. He's getting Dark Soul Summon as well. Get the Skeletons too. Cancel that Cryptid Smoke. The stuns are good though. And the Familiars will cover the Hawk's exit. As now the Avalanche tries to stop Notice, but Notice jukes it. Instead hits Gilger. And Notice is capable of surviving as well, as Laurel sees an opportunity to maybe get the Helm creep. Toby's a bit too fast, doesn't want to feed free gold to the Zeus.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate Chrono there. He tried to go for the Visage, and I think it was Visage Brew and the Hoodwink there, but he actually missed the Hoodwink. Then he gets bushwhacked. Doesn't kill the Brew. That, by the way, didn't had Primal Split during that fight, so I think even the target prioritization wasn't the best coming from the Void. And yeah, this means they'll probably be able to take this tower now that Chrono is down. Lots of commitment there from Entity. The gold advantage still big, but this should be some pressure finally for that team.
Yep. Pretty big deal for them because they just want to survive this early game, right? They peak around the mid game. Sorry. Even if you have a Visage and it seems like it's a faster draft, if you compare this to a Lycan, especially to a Tiny that just got Blink Dagger, just looking to survive this now and make sure your Zeus can become more powerful. He's been forced to go for Yules already, so we're seeing him itemize just to survive this time, and hopefully the mid game is going to go better for BetBoom.
I mean, Visage's power curve is super weird. I actually cast NA, and I saw a Visage that was struggling really hard, and eventually you get level 25 with AC,
right?
And like this hero just melts buildings. Like it's just crazy.
Yep.
So you do like kind of peek back into the super late game again with that hero. But we'll see. Even if they kind of struggle now, it doesn't necessarily matter. That Void though, that Void is super scary. He is free farming for a long time. He's not up there in the network charts right now, but once the Maelstrom is up, he's going to out-farm everyone on the side of BetBoom.
Yeah, exactly. And this Void is the one threat that BetBoom wants to be careful about because they're scaling not just on the Visage, but in general. It's actually pretty nice, right? Mars scales really well as an offlaner. Brewmaster, I mean, as a 5, if you can, by some miracle, muster an Axe this game, you can be super impactful. Hoodwink as a 4 is fantastic, so there is really a lot of late game options here for BetBoom, even if it's not the traditional, oh look, I have a Spectre, I have a Dusa. Their teamfight looks good in the late game.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just the Chrono they have to be wary of course.
Yeah, you know, ideally that Brew actually gets an X from Roche. That could be the dream, third Roche. It's amazing. Probably the best hacks they could get. And now they smoke. They do have level 6 on Hoodwink. I think this is a possible kill here.
It is. And a spear. Alright, combined with the sharpshooter as well. And look, that's what I was talking about. You cannot do that trick, man. It breaks the tree as the Spear of Mars ends, and I think they just realized this. Notice will fall. And he's going to die.
Yeah, that's the tree and their ankles broken. And that's a TP. They have Chrono. That could be a dead Hawk.
Thunder God's Wrath to kill Stormer, so at least they turned this into a decent play. As they got mid for offlaner. Soneko, though, in trouble himself. Toby chasing after him. Shapeshift about to end, actually. Never mind. It's fine. Yeah, so there's someone... I saw some people that were confused by this. The Bushwhack, you can't target trees. It goes to the nearest tree to the person. And if you're speared, it's always the nearest tree that you're speared to, obviously, because you're literally touching it. So it's what there's nothing that they can do there, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, I guess they could have initiated first, but the Hoodwink was not in position, so...
And they have to wait for the spear to end,
Yeah.
and then you have to get the precise Bushwhack afterwards. It's like a really tough thing to do.
Yeah, because then he might get the time walk off, and you don't want to risk it. It's tough. Okay, so it's not bad. At least they do get that kill, as we pointed out, but Chrono's still up. Void farming really, really fast. But the Zeus, man, he's scaling a little bit more. You know, Laro, he gets away with things that sometimes it really baffles me. Like,
In terms of farm, you
he
mean,
really
right?
has, yeah, like when they actually get to play this sort of passive game on BetBoom, they are really good at maximizing what every hero needs. Because like the Hawk is not super farm, but they feel like that's not necessary for what they really want to do, which by the way is Roche at the moment. Okay, I think they just want to force Entity here, because I don't think this Roche is possible right now. This is very slow.
It is incredibly slow, yeah. I mean, you don't have level 15, right, on Visage? No. So there's literally no minus armor. Double damage, at least unnoticed, but it's been slowed. There's
this is a bait, I think. There's no way they really want to get this Roche. They want to drag them in.
Right, that's a good idea. Chrono from Pure, okay, not bad. He goes for the Brew once again. Unfortunately, just nothing to do inside the Chrono, and now he's stuck in the arena. Pure against the wall. The Familiars are hitting him. They do kill him in time. Pure's down. Noticeable fall to the tree from Stormer, though. As they now go for Fishman, the reset from Kataomi. Hoping to turn this into a kill on the Zeus. Laurel's getting run down. Thunder God's Wrath at least finishes off Fishman, and his Yule Scepter will give him more time to survive, but the Avalanche gets him on the way down. Stormer, the menace of this fight, as they bushwhack the Lycan. His shapeshift ends. He's a little bit slow, but his scripts are protecting him. Trying to TP away. The Hawk has a stone form. That will cancel the TP. And Toby, slow as a maiden, will unfortunately be brought down by BetBoom.
Oh, nice one. Slow as a maiden. That was good.
It's a crystal one, of course.
Yeah, yes, I get it. I think the problem in these two Chronosphere fights that we saw is the Void is initiating when I really feel like Tiny is supposed to be the one. And it's also initiated on the Brewmaster twice. So like obviously they realized that the Primus was going to be popped if he Chrono someone else.
Yeah.
But I think you need Brewmaster +1 in the Chrono. And there were no objectives being taken, so he didn't need to use Chrono there. Fishman might be dead. There we go.
Yes. Soul Assumption. Here's the plan, Bowie, though. I figure it out, or maybe I think Entity figured it out after the second Chrono like that. They're gonna build Ags on Tiny. They're gonna build. That's the damage in the Chrono. It's really early for this hero. Usually don't build it this early, but honestly, otherwise Chrono feels so bad.
Yeah. The problem though is that Chronosphere was very, very expensive. I think. You know, it was a really good play by BetBoom. Really weird at first, but they were able to bait Entity, I think. I kind of expected not to fall into that bait, but if you do use your Chrono like that, eventually, even if it's slow, you're gonna get the Roche. Yep. And now, that is even... Okay, they gave it to the Zeus. Wow, the Hack is such a nice guy. Laro's really carrying a lot of these games, huh?
Yeah, apparently. I mean, I guess if Visage dies, he just dies twice. Zeus, crazily enough, has escaped, and he's kind of tanky now as he's reaching level 15.
Like Storm, right? Like you have so much damage, you have mobility. I mean, I'm not even joking.
No, I agree.
In a way, it is similar to Storm.
He's better. He's certainly better than Storm right now. And I mean, that level 15, again, I think it's the most... You talked about it earlier. I think it's the hypest talent on Zeus. The 350 HP is ridiculous.
Definitely. I mean, and he even got the nether shell drop, so he has a lot of damage coming out. We're gonna see this guy. He also has the shard at the moment. He will pop off very quickly once the eggs is complete. In terms of entity, I would like to see some plays here of this Tiny with the Lycan. I feel like a lot of the shapeshifts we saw were solo shapeshifts, and I think the Lycan really needs to be playing with the Tiny. Usually it's the 4 that plays the Tiny. Oh, no, Tiny!
Notice, do they have vision?
Got
Oh, they have Zeus.
spotted.
They have Zeus, of course. They have vision. There we go. There's the vision. And now Spear to put him to the wall, but they do have a Bushwhack this time. That'll keep him inside the arena. Stormstormer will die here to Gilger. Really well done, Noticed. What a spear.
This spear going to be very clutch, and now it looks like dragons are going to be hunted.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah, they're going for the dragon. You're right. Die, Black Dragon. And they, unfortunately, don't get it because they just got a new creep instead.
Clutch plays. That's what we kind of have to hype when there's no real fights going on. Okay, Wyvern actually got a growth ball. Okay. That's pretty hype.
Wyvern, yeah. I mean, can Kataomi become a physical damage? I feel like all the builds we've seen on Wyvern 4 seems to be around that Winter's Curse and getting it right. He's going for a Shadow Blade, which I'm interested in. I guess it's like a mix between mobility and damage.
Yeah, and it's a really high range way of breaking the Mars passive, right? Could allow the Chronos to actually kill the Mars more easily.
Noticed. I'll be targeted here. The Arctic Burn doesn't last forever, but Notice is really low on HP. Oh, they broke the Lycan. Not that it matters. Pure kills off Gilger in the backlines. Entity. The Chrono, they actually got to Noticed. And now Soneko's the target. Yeah, Chrono for the Panda again?
Please don't.
Okay, they trapped him, and now the 3 Pandas come out. At least they forced the ultimate, which might even be better than killing him. And if they can kill him on top of this is amazing. Doesn't have Ag, so they know which panda is going to spawn in. It's the Earth one. Maybe don't kill the Earth. Oh, just kill all the pandas. That also solves it. Or maybe leave the Earth one alive so he can't spawn into the invisible one in the trees and now TP away. Oh, wow.
That's not what he did. He
Oh,
will... Close.
Oh, they just really hate pandas, man. They just really hate pandas, so they had to kill everything in sight, apparently.
Oh boy. Jesus. He definitely saw that one coming. He... this shard on Void has been... Like, okay. It's wasted Nimbus. Has been purchased more and more and more. Feels like... all of these carry voids evaluate a lot. I think it was underrated, so I do like that he went for it. It allows you to be more survivable, gives you so much more... you even farm faster, really, because you can actually jump through even bigger distances.
Laurel triggered that Cinder Brew with his auto attacks, because the shard also affects auto attacks, which is how Toby is now slowed, and now Toby's going to die. Still no boots, which makes it really difficult to fight without shapeshift. He was just farming around the area.
Yeah. Wolves need no armor and no movement speed, according to every Lycan spammer. So
I've seen some Lycans these days go for boots though as like intermediary, like after the helm. What's the advantage of that ever? Like when do you buy boots and when do you not on Lycan as a second, third item?
I really feel like a lot of an OG Lycan spammer is gonna say that the Lycans that go boots, they're actually not Lycan spammers. It's kind of like Beastmaster.
Okay.
Like the way you wanna play is like you wanna have this area in the map that you wanna play, and you really don't wanna move away from that. So the boots don't make sense because you're already playing where you should be playing anyways, and you're using ult when you need the mobility.
Right.
But,
that makes sense.
Yeah, I think it's very similar playstyle.
Okay.
Now, speaking of that,
Go ahead.
no, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, like, it makes sense because it feels like all these kills, like, even if he has boots, he dies anyway, right? Like, I'm pointing it out, but it's not like that's gonna save him, right? So you have a point there.
Yeah. He did finish the AC, so I think that's probably the timing here for NT.
Stormstormer is dying, though. They need some more damage here. It's just the pandas keeping him at bay. Cyclone, another sharpshooter, Laurel. And you're a shapeshift. And that shapeshift was hoping to cover for Stormstormer. Now the arena finally nice pushback on the 3, and that allows him to kill Stormstormer. The damage from the Zeus is really high. Pure heals back up. He still has a Chrono. But Pure is full escape mode right now. It does not want to be caught. Instead, in the backlines, they're going for Fishman. Easier kills. The supports here. The Hawk might just be able to kill him. Pure, oh, almost got the Chrono, but he got stunned there by the Stoneform from the Hawk. And now Pure activates the BKB. Who's the Chrono for? It's going to be for Notice. Hits him from behind. This time he has damage and nothing to stop him. As the Winter Scourge actually saves Notice. But it was just to kill him a second later, so it works out fine for Kataomi. He calculated that perfectly. Pure, however, is in a pickle. Pure needs to get away. The Bushwhack is not going to come out in time, as Toby, slow in this fight. He's getting saved by the Cold Embrace, but Laurel keeps on spamming his spells on him. Need more magical damage. Laurel uses the jump, auto attacks as well with a shard, and it will work out to finish off Toby in the end. As the Hawk gets killed by Pure in the backlines. Now the Sharpshooter used. He saves himself from the damage with Time Walk, using the Slide Whistle. He'll survive for a second. Cold Embrace. They only have physical damage. Laurel needs to keep hitting him, but he can't. The Wolves are attacking him too much. Laurel might just die for this. Pure finally falls, but in comes Stormstormer for the second round of his life. And that's going to allow him to clean up this fight, with Kataomi somehow managing to survive the whole engagement. Zeus knew there was only one chance of killing the Void, and that was sacrificing himself, turning around, and deciding to die for that carry kill.
Yeah, Laro's positioning the entire game has been on point. Like, for how that fight, you could see Void trying to get the Chrono on him, but all of the slows, that freaking jump, like, it's not really about the movement, but the movement speed and attack speed slow, making it so hard for the Void to really get on top of him. So he ends up getting that Mars Chrono. He tried to go behind the Mars, but actually didn't. He was getting 40% reduction on the sides, which made it really awkward, because then the Winter's Curse kind of slowed down what the Void wanted to do. He lost a lot of BKB duration throughout that, but still a decent fight. The Tiny respawns at the end, gets the Zeus kill, and I think things will definitely get harder for BetBoom moving forward. The BKB on Void really allows him to play this fight a bit better. And we also have the Ags on Stormstormer. If he actually gets that Quiver drop as well, that could really increase his damage. But so far he has the Robe, which is not bad.
Yeah, Quiver was for BetBoom here. And I think they're giving it to the Hawk.
Yeah. He did drop something though. What's he bringing on the Tiny? It is a... Oh no, wait, he dropped it and got it back. Okay. Just testing.
It's the ceremonial robe. Interesting.
Yeah, he already had it. He just took it out and got it again. Maybe someone else got the item he wanted.
I don't think that's how pro teams work, man. Oh, okay. I guess I'll keep my robe. Yeah, that's fine. Shapeshift. Toby. Hugging a tree. I don't know. I guess he's trying to force the primal split here without committing too much. That's fine. But Shapeshift did get committed. BetBoom could look to punish this.
Yeah, I guess. Huh. Yeah, it's pretty weird usage there. The ward that was dropped from BetBoom makes the fight awkward, and I think they realized there was vision and decided to back off. Usually, they could have gotten pretty unlucky here if Roche spawned, but I don't think the spawn timer is really going to hurt that much. This Void, though, he is starting to accelerate way too much. Level 21 already. Fair amount ahead of that Visage. The Hyperstone already purchased. So, just expecting Entity to wait until Roche spawn.
Sorry, I just saw the Hawk take down a tower with a level 15 talent. It's actually wild. And now he has a C, or close to it, at least.
Yeah, that's minus 4.5 armor. And now once he has the AC, that's going to be minus 9.5 armor.
Oh, there's a Chrono.
Hello.
Okay, Pure's accepted the Chronos are only for supports this game. I think it's fair. But now Tiny has Ags, though, so I think there's much more use to it. But, you know, fair enough. Pure's still going for this Void that's supposed to play around Time Block more than Chrono. We've talked about this.
Oh, smoke breaks. I mean, Roche is gonna spawn, so I wonder if Entity is gonna try and force this Roche. There's buyback on Gilgir anyway, so he'll buyback if he feels like Roche being taken.
Okay, he's just baiting them out. Stormstormer keeping his distance. He has some good targets.
That was also
toss.
that was an Arcane Rune Chrono, right? So he will have it back.
True. Good point. That's probably why he forced it as well. You're right.
Yeah.
As the Brew dies, that's no problem split. We hear the Shapeshift as well. They're chasing after the Hawk. The Hawk still has the Stone Form, though, on himself, mind you. He gets the Shard. He's been silenced, though. Can't use it.
No.
But they don't have Chrono. There's Noticed. Counter initiations here. Hopefully, but Fury just activates BKB and ignores it. Now Pure is gonna finish what he started. Go for Tahawk and end his life. As Notice is also being swarmed by a bunch of wolves, units, creeps. No chance for this man to survive. They also find a poor squirrel in the trees. And they realize she's not controlled by Chen. Let's just kill her too.
Okay. This is free Roche. I mean, it's tough. I really feel like this Visage hero is strong, but the playstyle you have to play around got really countered by the entity draft. Like, if you want to be hello,
yeah, could be in trouble. He is going to go down here. Laurel will finish him off as Pure, chasing after Noticed. We do have a time walk again. He has Chrono available as well, so Pure committing hard to this, but he's been stopped. He is gonna heal a little bit with the time walk, but not the best timed. I think Pure is gonna retreat now, at least till he can heal.
I think if he had BKB there, he would probably just jump the Zeus, but without BKB, we don't want to be jumping tier 4s. There's always going to be buybacks available. But yeah, feels like a really slow win by Entity. When I look at BetBoom, they really need this smoke to connect. Their draft just... It's only going to scale much later into the game. You know, if this Visage gets 25, if the Zeus gets some Octarine, E-Blade refresher, and they're just struggling to farm right now. The Entity just controls the whole map. Let's see. They definitely know this smoke is going here all together.
Yeah. And they're using the Chen as bait. It's like, oh yeah, Chen will break the smoke on the right-hand side, no problem. They know exactly where it's coming from as well.
Okay, Visage TP, he really wants that AC. Ah, yeah, I don't know why the Curry's here, because he can buy it from the side shop himself, but...
Soneko. No, this seems like a tough play, Pure. Do they have anything else to follow up? They do, but the BKB from Pure? He just goes into the enemy base. That's the BKB. At least he has Aegis. But he really wants to hit Pandas, man. That's Pure's prerogative in this game, and nobody's going to stop him from hitting Pandas.
That is definitely a lot of hate for Soneko.
Yeah, I don't really understand. Like, he really just seems to think, I will kill him no matter what happens in these fights.
So what's your read on this 5 brew here? I really feel like I get where they were coming from. I think the attack speed low kind of makes the Lycan early game worse. You could see him struggling to get kills. But I didn't really feel like he in the mid game.
Winter Curse. Nice. They caught the Hawk with his familiars. Kataomi. This man is staying in the tempo for these fights.
Yeah, I mean, when the +4 can solo kill your carry, it just showcases how hard of a game it is. Obviously, it's a huge net worth lead, but I don't think the Wyvern, like, it would matter. Like, if the Visage had more farm, it would make the kill even easier, right? That's what Wyvern is. Visage.
Okay, they go for Stormstormer now. There's the Bushwhack. Puts him away from the arena walls, but it's fine because they have enough heroes surrounding him. They should be able to kill him regardless. One last toss for the boys, but that's not going to be enough to save him.
Pure build on the Tide, right? He has a Shadow Amulet.
Oh, he went for half of BKB.
He's like, I'm dying. Should probably get a BKB.
Interesting. Yeah, is that why he bought? No. Oh, he must have bought it when he was dying and just like cashing out on the gold he had.
Oh, maybe he had both queued up and he like panic pressed the quick buy item and it caught the Shadow Amulet. Maybe that was it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you can disassemble, in case you guys aren't clear, you usually disassemble Echo Saber, which gives you the Ogre Axe. Oh, which he reap. Never mind, he rebought. Sorry, I didn't see this actually.
I mean, so he's so close anyway. Like,
okay.
It doesn't necessarily matter, you know, but
no. Sure, it's tiny after all, and if you're using the Ags, right, I think Echo is not as major, because now Ags slows naturally, but fair enough, Tiny is one of the best Echo Saber users in the game.
Yep. Like, if he was in a rush, like if they felt like they had to fight, you could just disassemble it. But they're really chilling in this game. There's no pressure. The age is going to expire, but they understand that they're in full control of this game. It really is their game to lose right now.
Oh, on the hook again. Chrono, there we go. Pierre doesn't doubt it this time. The familiars are trying to get in, but unfortunately they can't. And it's going to be Pierre who gets this kill, just barely. Because otherwise the Stormform was coming, and he knew it. No hesitation. Ags on Winter Wyvern. As if Kataomi wasn't impactful enough. Now we're going to see the true wrath as Winter Wyvern 4.
Ags Shadow Blade Winter Wyvern, by the way.
Yeah, I love the Shadow Blade too, casually.
Super scary. He even got the... I mean, I love the way he built this game. Really... He can really solo kill this Visage. Like, as long as he gets the familiars with the curse, the Visage is always going to be dead.
I told you in the beginning, right, boy? Like, he's actually known for his Winter Wyvern 4, you know? And that's why I was thinking, yeah, I know Stormstormer plays in mid, but Kataomi is a big fan of this.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what makes this Wyvern on Entity stronger than it felt on BetBoom. Because we saw the same matchup, right? It was Wyvern versus Visage. But they have way more flexibility in how they can play it. And as a 4, you can get away with all those items. And it feels way more impactful this time than the first game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the massive flex that they allow him, you might be one of the best Wyvern teams. I would put Tundra up there too, right? Because they also have that kind of flexing possibility.
I do like the Z Blade though. It is a way to try and counter the Kataomi Wyvern impact, but he doesn't have a Blink Dagger like the Hoodwink has. So for someone that's playing this far behind, trying to never really get caught up in the chrono, it's tough for Laurel to use this E-Blade as much as he would like to.
Interesting. Kataomi is using the Shadow Blade plus Axe to actually scout here. Similar to what we've seen in NA, the Manta style plus Axe DK, for example. Like scouting using the flying movement. I don't really see much Wyvern, to be honest, so this is kind of new to me. It's a really interesting way of using this Shadow Blade. Oh no, Stormstormer's TP has been cancelled. But it's okay, because the Sharpshooter misses, so Stormstormer can just walk away.
And this will allow them to connect. They know that a lot of these BetBoom heroes probably went bottom to try and help. Oh, look at the Kataomi Wyvern. Oh, nice blink though.
Yeah, good blink for notice. Otherwise, he was dead. Or had to activate BKB at least.
Void is in a good position. And he also has the Witchbane. It's going to be very impactful against that E-Blade.
This is a perfect chrono. But the Hawk actually got the Stormform in time, so he's just concentrating on the Panda for now. That's Pure's Hatred coming to fruition a second time. They hit him with a pushback, avoids it with Time Walk in time. In fact, with Slight Whistle, he comes back in. The Hawk no longer has any save. He actually goes for the Zeus. The Hawk is being mauled, though, by an angry wolf. And his summons, as now the Zeus is forced to use the E-Blade on the Void, but he can't use it on himself. Which means now he's at the mercy of these two cores being run down and killed Pure once more. And that more apparently was a courier, as Notice is being run down by Kataomi. Instead, Stormstormer toss Ava, and goodbye to Notice. Only the Hoodwink can survive. The GG is called. Entity will take in number 2.
Yeah, really nice to play by them. Once again, BetBoom's laning stage was good. I think Lau played well both games, but I really want to see them try a different style in terms of his role in the game. It feels like he's always this guy that's doing damage from behind, never wants to show up, and it feels like Entity has the